Welcome back to another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Blows. As always, Adam, Chris, Keith, Alex isn't here with us this evening. We're going to get into the worst trades of all time, coming in off the coattails of the most recent trade that is known in the WNBA, right? This is the most,
Yeah, it's probably the most relevant in
WNBA trade of all time. Yeah.
So
with that being said,
which we blame the media for, by the way. We're not blaming anybody else but the media for this. The media could have done a better job covering the WNBA. They didn't know more WNBA trades.
Before we get into that, though, like the video, comment, tell us what you think, subscribe to the page. It's free to you, helps us out a lot. So like we were saying, worst trades of all time. And if for whatever reason you haven't seen it in the media and you're living under a rock, Brittney Griner got traded back to the U.S.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which she's off the Russian basketball prison league.
Yeah.
She was probably dominating that thing though. Like you gotta imagine. I'm not gonna act like I know what's going on inside a Russian prison, but if they have basketball, they have recess, they have
she had
outside time. She had to be dominating that prison.
So
like 72 points and 36 rebounds. Kind of dominating.
Yeah. So I definitely think it was kind of a one-sided trade, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
we give up the merchant of death for Brittney Griner.
Yeah. So in honor of that, like Adam said, we put together possibly the 5 worst trades of all time. Obviously, these are all sports related.
So we're gonna start. So you want to start with 5 and work our way down?
Yeah, we'll work 5. So, and I'm gonna go with this order of what is the 5.
All right, let's go for it.
So.
I want to make sure this one. Okay, that one's in there.
Yeah, that was one of your favorites. I made sure that was in there.
But I do want to have an.
I got an honorable mention.
Yeah.
From a movie.
Okay, that's fine. So along these lines, number 5 coming in NBA, Julius Erving was sold for $3 million.
We're talking about his contract, not him personally.
Yeah, of course.
he was traded.
Yeah.
And to Philadelphia.
From the Long Island Nets at the time.
Yeah.
For $3 million. This dude went on to be an 11-time All-Star after being sold for $3 million. Obviously, I mean, like the guys
could have changed the franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, probably was worth 100 times that.
More than definitely at that.
Like
in today's market, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean.
The guy was just a legend back then.
Yeah, like you can imagine.
He's still a legend, but
you can imagine the amount of money the 76ers. I mean, the Nets lost out on him.
Or imagine what you would have to pay that man today, to make a trade like that happen. You would be looking at $200 million plus, right?
Oh, absolutely.
For our older kids, I would say this is like trading Steph Curry, I guess.
No, or like when Bryce Harper signed with the Phillies.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking the best way to explain it to the younger kids, like what level NBA player would this is
Jordan being traded to a no-name team for just.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we should go Jordan high, but like in today's league, Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Like this is him getting traded for
pennies.
$10 million.
Yeah.
$10 million. Like today's $10 million. So, Herschel Walker trade in the NFL.
Yeah,
and you were alive for this.
They gave up everything for Herschel Walker.
Yeah, 18 players.
I said the entire draft, right?
Yeah, they gave up everything for Herschel Walker.
Yeah. So Minnesota Vikings obviously getting Herschel Walker from the Cowboys. 18 players and draft picks.
So of those draft picks, one of them was Emmitt Smith and one of them was Woodson. Rod Woodson. Yeah. So a future Hall of Famer in Emmitt Smith.
I mean, Emmitt Smith had a better NFL career than Herschel Walker did.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what
those draft picks more relevant longer too.
That's what those draft picks turned into, though. Yeah. At least 2 of those picks were those guys.
Yeah, I'm not saying the Cowboys. I'm actually saying the Vikings. This was the worst pick for the Vikings.
Cool. Oh yeah, absolutely.
All that for one person.
Well, I mean, listen, Herschel Walker, obviously one of the greatest college running backs of all time, Heisman Trophy winner. I guess the hype was around him at the time, but
but to give up to
18 players and picks.
Yeah.
So, this is Adam's personal favorite. Coming in at 3, Kyle Korver was traded for a copy machine.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites right there.
Yeah, this is still a worse trade, by the way. Brittany Griner and the Merchant of Death is still a worse trade than Kyle Korver
For a copy machine.
So
It's just like from old semi-pro, and they traded the washing machine. For,
Yeah,
Or
the washing.
the washing machine for Munson.
Munson.
Yeah,
You gotta
so-
get rid of the washing machine.
We got rid of the washing machine.
So
Gotta do your laundry at home, guys.
the best part of this is yet again, it's the Nets trading the 76ers. So the Nets traded, at the time, the New Jersey Nets by then in 2003, traded Kyle Korver to the Philadelphia 76ers
For
for an undisclosed amount of money. That amount of money they took and then bought a copy machine with.
yeah.
It's one hell of a copy machine.
And Kyle Korver was, literally like,
He was a
sharpshooter.
Oh yeah, at that
But
point in
was
time,
he
yeah.
a rookie at that point in time, or a second year
I
guy?
think he was a second-year guy in 2003.
But still, very
Yeah,
young
but
guy.
at that point in time, he was a solid
Still,
shooter.
still unproven. Pretty much a rookie still, and yeah, you essentially sold him for $5,000 or traded him for $5,000. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's one hell of a copy machine.
it had to be a really nice copy machine.
Yeah, you would hope.
In 2003.
We're gonna own that. We're not gonna rent it. We're gonna own it.
Yeah.
I think the facts, copy,
Yeah.
and
Correlate.
shit.
You could do both sides, double side.
Yeah. So the good news was that Kyle Korver's career lasted longer than the copy machine. So that's a win for Kyle Korver. So this is my personal favorite.
Old
Number
Ricky
2.
Williams.
Yeah, Mike Ditka traded all of the
Bears.
I remember this trade.
not Bears. It was
It was
To the Saints.
the Saints.
yeah. Was it the Cowboys?
Well, Ricky Williams ended up going to Miami.
No, yeah, sorry. No, it was the Saints coach, Mike Ditka. He would do whatever it takes to acquire Williams. So he traded all of their 1999 draft picks and got Ricky Williams.
So they included a first, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh round pick.
Yeah.
And they also traded the first and third round pick for the next year's draft.
Yeah. So he traded every pick he could basically to get Ricky Williams with the 5th pick, and then he's not even done.
What a bust!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ricky Williams was a good running back, but that's what you call a bust right there.
Mike Ditka wasn't coaching the Saints pretty much anymore. So
That's why old what was the guy that came in after him?
Reggie
Hazlitt?
Bush?
No, Hazlitt.
yeah.
Hazlitt came in after him because Mike Ditka was like, yeah, y'all screwed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mike Ditka wanted that to happen, and then I remember Mike literally, like, I've seen the video of Mike being like, all right, my night's done, just left.
Yeah.
I mean, he's out of picks. He got the guy he wanted, and he's done.
To trade your entire team, your entire draft for one player.
Yeah, and arguably, I mean, I think this is pretty much the unanimous number one. Most people would say the Babe Ruth trade, obviously the worst
Yeah,
in
from
sports
Boston,
history.
from Boston to the Yankees.
Yeah, Boston literally cursing themselves.
Well,
$100,000.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there was also the,
$100,000 and then a $300,000 loan or something like that.
And
well, there was also the trade that Chicago, you know, the curse of the goat, which Chicago did,
Yep.
which kept them out of the World Series, which is probably an honorable mention for worst trades of all time. I can't remember what the actual trade was, but yeah, they traded like something for a goat, and they didn't make it to the World Series until 2016.
yeah, 102 years later.
107, I think.
107, yeah. So
Last time was like 1904, 1906, and they didn't go again until 2016.
yeah. So some terribly terrible trades on here.
Because this was the curse of the Bambino that took the Red Sox until like
100 years.
Yeah, it was like what
2004,
2004 was their first championship
Yeah.
since what like 20 or
2019.
1917 or 1914 something like that.
Right
It took
after
them,
they traded Babe.
yeah, it took them forever to actually get back there.
Then they won a bunch of championships.
Then they won a handful. Yeah,
So.
then they went on to do pretty well. So
So
I mean,
maybe that's what we needed. We just needed to get Brittany Griner, and then the trade talks will keep going, and all the other Americans will come back.
Mm.
We'll just get our other Americans back.
So what was your honorable mention?
oh, it was
The
the goat's a good one, but it was also just a funny haha
The Munson for
Munson for the washing machine.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just, if anybody, it's from the movie Semi Pro. If anybody's, I know Stash has seen it, but I know you've seen it. But,
A few times.
Yeah.
A few times.
It's just a funny haha.
Have you seen
honorable
that?
mention. Oh, it's such a good movie. But the Curse of the Goat would be the honorable mention in this case.
Yeah.
The trade for the goat, which cursed the Cubs for 100 something years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, to be clear, we're happy Brittany Griner's on, but we did need to make a worst trades video, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. So, as always, we appreciate
it's called satire. People, we're not being like
We're not serious about it.
Yeah. So, as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.